Welcome back, everyone, to another great episode of Minnesota Beer Banter. I'm your host, Beer Master from Minnesota, and today we're going to check out the Lavender Uprising from Broken Clock Brewing. There is no big description on the can. They kind of let that be mysterious, which is kind of a good thing. So we'll get to just figure out what's in there. It's a 7.5 ABV and an IBU of 89. Let's dive right in, and hopefully we don't get carried away by the rebels. Oh, there it is. There it goes. On the initial pour, I was kind of hoping for some cool purple hues, but I'm sure it's going to taste delicious. It's got a nice golden amber hue to it. Very clear, very see-through. Light carbonation going up to the top. Probably a little bit shook up from me playing around with it before we open it, so next time we'll just have to wait a little longer before we get right into it. It smells kind of like a hazy IPA with a little bit of like the juicy fruit notes, but there is kind of like that lavender oil almost just kind of floating over everything as it hits your nostrils. So it kind of reminds me of like an orange lavender. Maybe it might be a good way to compare it. It's very clean tasting, very refreshing. You do get a lot of like the lavender notes on the backside, kind of almost like travels up through your nose. So you're like, lavender. So it's kind of an interesting combination. I've had a couple other lavender beers that I wasn't a huge fan of because I think lavender can be overpowering if used incorrectly, but I think they did a good job here with the way that they used the lavender. Don't know if they use lavender oil or fresh lavender, so it'll be something to ask them if you're ever there and check out. So if you know, let me know, leave a comment. But outside of the lavender, it's got a nice like light mouthfeel. It's very like refreshing. It's got a little bit of hops to it. It does have just the kind of that nice bitter note. Not too much, which is good. I think this is a great beer to enjoy with some friends, especially if you got a big can like this. You can share it with a couple people and chit chat and have a good time. Yeah, it does have, the main thing here is that lavender with a little bit of those citrus notes. So I think it's well balanced all the way around. This one is from, like I said, the Broken Clock Brewery right in Minneapolis. So feel free to check them out. Whatever you do, though, don't ask them the time if all their clocks are broken. They probably won't know. Or they'll just tell you the classic response, it's beer time. And that's a good answer at a brewery. I think as a whole, I would give this beer an 88. So it's nice. It's an everyday drinker. It's something I think we should all try, but it's not something that you should reserve for a special occasion. So it's just something easy drinking. As always, grab a beer, cheers a friend, and hit that like button. Burps aren't like yawns, they're not contagious. I don't know why you did that.